and there we go. A little intro, and suddenly we're live on the internet for us all to be seen.
And who knows? It may just be the three of us.
It might just be the three of us. It could, like lone gunmen out on a prairie. Oh, look out. No, look out. Here comes more. Hey. How are you?
All right.
I like it that you have this like Instagram filter.
I don't know where that came from. I did not apply anything intentionally.
You look like a floating head, Eric. So it's
it's a little dark in here. I got a little carried away with.
It reminds me of remember the Ben Stiller show, Andy Dick's floating head.
I could go lighten up the room.
There we go.
Man, somehow I set the standard definition. That was standard definition and not high def for my camera resolution. It apparently looks like.
I'm not as bright now. My room is very dark, but yeah. So I'm still working. I'll get this done by the last show. I promise. It's this. I got this camera. It's awkward because it wants to automatically set the exposure. You see.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
that's so spooky.
There you go. Now I'm at least a little less on the sun, maybe. There we go. How about that? All right. Now I really am just a floating head. Hey, everybody. It's movie night here in Happyville. No, it's time. Two more shows after this?
Yes, tonight's the last wheel, right?
This is the last wheel. Unless we spin the wheel for some other purpose next week.
Unless you change your mind about anything in particular.
It's possible. It is definitely possible. So thank you for joining us. If you've never been on the show before, you can join us at EriDanLive.com. That still is a thing. That still exists. I have no idea. Dan obviously left the banners running. I have no idea what's happening here. There we go. Look at this one. There we go. EriDanLive.com is how you join. Hopefully Dan set that up before he hopped on a plane. Dan is flying somewhere on the West Coast, I think Phoenix, and he might be joining from the plane, but he'll probably be awkwardly sitting next to somebody and not able to say anything.
That's fair.
Which would be awesome. So, so we're going to talk about some movies tonight like we always do, and we will spin the wheel one last time to see who will be picked the last viewer's choice movie.
With so few people here.
I know, right? Your chances.
And I assume since I just picked, and Eric's doing a double feature the week after, it could just be 50-50. It
could be a 50-50 choice, right? Yeah. So, I mean, this could be the week. Or if somebody else joins, I think, Dan is definitely in the chat. And there he is. Moody. Nope. And it's always linked. There we go. Thank you, Dan, for setting us up. We appreciate that. And tonight we're going to talk about 1992. Is that what I saw for this?
1992.
I think so.
Best Picture winner.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes. He won for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Supporting Actor for Gene Hackman.
Wow. Well, isn't that fun? And a Western, a real, authentic, mopey Western. No, I'm kidding. This was. Honestly, we just finished watching this probably half an hour ago. So this is all very fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I finished it 10 minutes ago, so that's about right.
I think I finished it like 1 minute ago or something.
So this is
very fresh.
Like right after the movie.
Yeah.
Great. This is live talk and conversation. That's great. And I watched it at regular speed. I will. I did consider. I've only done that for one other movie for our here, where I actually watched something at 1.5 speed because I had seen it before. And I'll tell you, Night of the Museum was much better.
Boy, that monkey was really moving.
Everybody was really moving. I highly recommend it. And Dan asked him, you didn't slow it down. He didn't think that was necessary. And the Whiters, thank you. The writers, Wade and Stade, are watching. We're going to talk about Unforgiven. Dave, tell us for a moment why you chose Unforgiven while I turn some light on in the background.
It has been on my list for a long, long time. It is probably my favorite Western made post 1970 or so. I mean, there's some great Westerns from the John Ford era, Howard Hawks, that, the old 40s and 50s Westerns, Shane, Fort Apache, those kind of Westerns. But modern Westerns, there's some that are good. Silverado's fun, Young Guns. There's some that have some good points to them. They're good movies. But this one is the only one I really have felt stands up to those great old Westerns. Even Leone's spaghetti Westerns, which I love, have a different feel to them than a traditional Western. This feels like a traditional Western in so many ways. Plus, obviously, the main reason I picked it's been on my list forever, but with Gene Hackman's passing, I was thinking of a great Gene Hackman film, and he won Best Supporting Actor for this. So, yeah.
Good choice. Now, I will say the first thing that threw me off for a good hour and a half of this movie was that my wife watched it with me, and she's like, "Oh, I've seen this before," but she had gotten this confused with the outlaw Josie Wales. So she convinced me that his kids were going to get killed.
What?
Yeah, she was convinced that his family gets wiped out and he goes on a murderous rampage. And I'm saying, like, for the first half of the movie, I'm like, I don't think they're killing off the kids.
No.
No.
No, the kids never reappear.
Maybe that's not this movie. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I love the outlaw Josie Wales. I think it's one of Eastwood's one of his best Westerns too. It really is excellently done, but
She
very
has sold
different feel
this.
from this movie.
She sold this to me as a John Wick Western. I will say I was slightly disappointed.
Yeah, not so much.
No,
The kids were fine.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that the kids were fine. I mean, we thought we thought our parents were bad parents for us riding in the back of a truck without a seatbelt. We weren't, let alone with sick pigs.
Did Dad used to kill people?
John Wick Wayne. That's not bad. and Stacy says, just to show you that they're all the same. Men,
No.
they're all the same.
No,
Murderous rampage.
they're not all the same any more than all comedies are the same.
I think the fact that Eric was confused that wasn't happening shows that they were different.
So yes,
No,
but
it just shows that Jennifer has not the best memory for titles, at least.
no,
Or she was playing a really weird prank on you to see how that colored your perception. of the
no,
movie.
she's not that good. She just
April
got
1st came a week early.
Yeah, it was an all of me, the man with two brains situation.
There you go. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, it totally happens. So yeah, but yeah, this was definitely the first time for me. How about our other
Same.
late watchers coming right up to the showtime? First time?
Yeah, first time.
Nice.
I've seen parts of it, but first time all the way through, yeah.
I think this is only my second time seeing it. I remember the first time I saw it just being really impressed by it, and it held up for me on second watch.
Yeah, I think it definitely holds up. I'm like, I thought, I mean, this is not necessarily my go-to
I realized.
movie, but I did enjoy watching this. I did much more than what was the garbage we watched last week? No, I'm sorry. Sorry. People love Master and Commander. That's great. That's just not for me either. But no, I thought this was beautifully acted. It was beautifully shot.
It was filmed in 39 days, if you can believe that. That is just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
He brought it in 4 days ahead of schedule.
Wow. And Morgan Freeman, come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ever go wrong with Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
And Richard Harris is English Bob. I mean,
I kind of liked his character.
Yeah.
That was
It
kind of
was fun. I don't.
well, yeah, I mean, really, it's a story of four old gunmen. You've got Ned and Will, who both basically became domesticated. You've got little Bill, who became a sheriff to sort of keep his foot in the same business to some degree. And then you've got English Bob, who just lived off his reputation, just
amazing. Stacey and Wade saw it in theaters.
Oh wow. Or at least Wade saw it in theaters. I don't.
Oh, Wade saw it in theaters. Sorry.
Unclear if Stacey.
Adam's here in the chat. Stacey says that Wade agrees with Dave that it was one of the best Western movies since the 70s. And Adam says he's in Bellington for work and at dinner right now, so he'll pop in and out.
Sure.
He's got his phone propped up at dinner.
There you go.
But the performances are excellent. I mean, you got 3 people who have won best actor in this, with Freeman and Hackman, and I think Eastwood, and Harris was nominated for best, for an Oscar. They're just stellar performances. Yeah. I thought the women, even though they didn't have the biggest role, I felt they were very believable characters. Yeah. They had some depth to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was well done.
And what's his face?
Yeah.
The kid.
What's his face? Hold on, I'm gonna get a name for you.
Oh, his face.
Saul Rubinek.
Oh,
Saul Rubinek. I like Saul Rubinek in various things.
Who was he?
Saul Rubinek was the writer.
Yes.
Oh, I loved him. He was great.
Yes, W.W. Beauchamp. Yeah.
My first introduction to him was on Warehouse 13.
There was an interesting bit of IMDb trivia when the casting call went out for that role, and Jack Nicholson heard that he was sending in a tape. Nicholson said, "Look, you got to put some extra effort into this. Don't just send in your typical tape." So he listened to that, and he put a lot of effort into making a really quality tape. And then when he was cast, he asked Eastwood why he was cast. He said, "Well, your tape really stood out." So basically, Jack Nicholson got him this job.
That's awesome.
And he tells some great stories about what it was like being in scenes with you got like the whole jail scene. You've got Gene Hackman and Richard Harris.
Yeah.
And you're in the scene between the two of them. Harris has almost no words in that entire scene, but it's one of the goofs that was pointed out was, if you look, Hackman's supposed to be reading this book, and there's a page of the script visible in the book. But the reason is, it's not because it was just a mistake. That was a rehearsal. Eastwood filmed the rehearsal. This was the very first time they had done that scene, because this was what they call, I don't know what the word they use. There's a word in filmmaking where if the weather was not right to film the outdoor scenes, they had this as an indoor scene they could film to not lose the day.
Gotcha.
So they filmed this, but with almost no notice. Hackman hadn't fully learned this entire dialogue yet. So during the rehearsal, he put the script page in the book, and it was such a great performance that Eastwood just ran with it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
How about that?
Yeah, I did think the pacing throughout was really good. Like, I feel like I've seen probably definitely low single digits Westerns, but I feel like this one kept my attention more than some. I felt, it moved at a pretty nice.
I thought so too. I was a little nervous at 2:18.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Now I do think it's funny. I got a phone call like right at the 2 hour mark. I didn't know it was the 2 hour mark, and I paused, and it was right at the moment where Clint Eastwood was heading to town, and it's like, I'm like, oh, this only has 18 minutes left.
Yeah, this is not good.
We only get 10 minutes of angry Clint Eastwood.
Well, and his demeanor, when he heard when Ned had been killed,
yes,
his entire demeanor changed.
Yes,
and he became the Clint Eastwood from the from the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or one of those sort of killing machine type of westerns. But he went through 2 hours without that, where he was clearly past his prime, couldn't shoot straight, couldn't get on his horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it really was quite a moment that they built towards all the way through that.
Yeah. I don't know. The horse thing, they did it too many times for me. Like, I just don't think that he would not know how to get on the horse.
No, you just
well, it wasn't so much not know how to get on the horse. That was part of it. It was the horse not being used to being ridden.
Right.
So the horse was resisting him.
And also, Brian, wait till you're 60 and how easily you can hoist yourself up on a horse.
Bad knees.
Lots of bad knees happening in there. You're not as spry as you once were.
I'm not. I have my back thing, so
Yeah.
Right, you see, so
yeah.
so but
Yeah, I don't think horse riding is really ideal for you right now, Brian.
No, it's
No,
probably a bad idea.
not
I
correct.
want to, but I can't.
Heal up first. But
Yeah.
it's I just felt it was it also is one from what I've read too is it is a movie that the script had almost no changes made after the original script. The writer had really done a masterful job of laying it out. There were a few small changes made, like what was his name? The whatever kid, uh,
Schofield.
the Schofield kid. In the original script, he felt so guilty he drowned himself,
Oh,
Come
Oh
on.
dang.
and they cut that out.
It's fair.
that was a wise choice.
Okay. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
need that.
And apparently, when Roger Ebert reviewed this, he gave it a positive review, but he was a little critical of some things. He felt it was too long, and he felt the entire character of English Bob could have been eliminated because it didn't really. It does. I mean, it's true. It doesn't really advance the
Yeah, I
plot,
can see that.
Right.
but it does make it a better movie. I feel.
Yes. I think it well, it establishes the writer, it brings the writer into the town.
That's true.
And I think it establishes it's where you really get to learn Gene Hackman's character.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to learn Little Bill, and they also pointed out how that the ultimate gunfight when it happens at the end follows exactly what Little Bill said
Yeah.
was how to win a gunfight. You don't be fast.
Right.
Mhm.
You have to
Yeah.
take your time and make every bullet count.
Mhm.
Crazy. Speaking of crazy,
Whoa.
Scott's here. Look at that. Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa,
Hey.
Scott, welcome.
I don't know I had to deserve that. I just won an award. What the heck?
Do you have a leg lamp?
What's that?
Do you have a leg lamp now?
Do I have a leg lamp?
Yeah, it was a major
Oh,
award.
Major
What a major award.
I was like, actually, I do. It's over on my little shrine over there. I can just grab it.
Award-winning director Scott is here. So how about that? Is that better?
Yes, I'd like to be introduced like that from now on for the
All right,
next
there
couple
you
weeks
go.
we're doing this.
Next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, that's how we'll introduce you. I promise. So Scott, have you ever seen Unforgiven?
Yes, I've been unforgiven too. Just kidding. Yeah, I see it as three things. I see it as a classic Cincinnati story where you have the general called in to do battle one last time before he goes back to his farm and does absolutely nothing.
Just like the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Exactly. I also see it as a swan song just for Clint Eastwood saying goodbye to the Western. He did so many frickin' many of them on every side of the spectrum except something super dark. I think there's dark moments in the No Man trilogy. I think there's dark moments in the ones that he's done. I mean, he also did Paint Your Wagon, which is one of the cheeriest musicals I've ever seen. So, you know.
Well, his singing voice in Paint Your Wagon. Oof.
Oh my gosh. I can tell the guy was meant for Broadway before he finally went to spaghetti westerns. And yeah, I think it's a great story of in order to kill a bad guy, you need a bad guy, which is something that a lot of people don't often like to admit. But I think certainly in today's world, there'd be a lot of people that would argue that.
Well, one thing I like about it too is they avoided a few pitfalls. When they first, when the two guys are basically sent out, basically bring back horses come spring.
Yeah.
And the one guy tries to give the horse to the woman who's cut. You're thinking, oh, maybe they're going to save him. He's the nice of the two. He didn't really cut her. He was just he's dead. You don't fall into that. And when Eastwood was talking to the cut woman, you're kind of afraid maybe initially, oh no, are they going to get together? No, they're not going to get together. That's just him making conversation.
Well,
Exactly.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't fall into that hole.
And on the flip side of that, I think it would have really been easy for them to kill off Clint Eastwood at the last moment as and the hero
One song,
finally died a hero or whatever. And it's like, and I'm glad they didn't. I'm so glad that wasn't like they're kind of like it would have felt overly tropey to me to have him get shot as he was leaving town.
Yeah,
And Little Bill kill each other at the same time, right? Like I'm like,
I will say more than
I like the framing device too, with the sort of the woman's mother never really understanding why she married him.
Mhm.
It was short, but it gave it an interesting bookend.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
like greed in my movies. No, I'm sorry.
What about
People
like
forget-
Star Wars?
Like Star
People
Wars
forget.
annoys me too. That annoys me in Star Wars too. It's like, come
Fair,
on.
yeah. I will
How
say,
many
mo-
people turn Star Wars off just because they had words in the beginning?
Like, fast forward. No, I'll start a Star Wars movie and go get a beverage and then come back.
You know, people forget how dark and sad a lot of these Oscar winners were in the early 90s. You had Unforgiven, Schindler's List, Silence of the Lambs. I think Dances with Wolves was 91, 90. And then they finally said, okay, we need to cheer ourselves up. Sorry, Shawshank, we're giving it to Forrest Gump. And that was the turning point.
Yeah.
Like, we were in like a dark, realistic mood in the early 90s. It was really freaking weird.
yeah, I will say more than like the takeaway of like you need a bad man to kill a bad man or whatever. I feel like more of the takeaway was like you really shouldn't go kill people at all because it's just going to lead to more killing of people. Like I feel like that was kind of because like maybe there was one person who deserved it. Like the guy's friend that he brought along, he didn't really like he had no context for the situation. He had no idea what was coming. He tried to make it right. Like he didn't deserve to die. There was a lot of collateral damage. Those people didn't deserve to die. Maybe the brothel owner, like he was a bit of a jerk. Like and as they were kind of talking about throughout, like who deserves to die. Like how do you pick what that means? So like if they had just like left well enough alone, like one bad man would have gotten away with it, but like had to pay a bunch of horses and people would have been pissed. So, like alternatively, they're like, cool, let's go kill some people, and then like 10 to 20 people die, and like one of them was the target.
Seriously.
Well, and one of the reasons Hackman was originally reluctant to take this role was his daughters tried to convince him to take, because he'd been in too many violent movies of late. And they said, and so he was trying to step away from that. And Eastwood convinced him, believe me, this movie is not going to glorify gun violence.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
No.
Definitely. I mean, that is because you see the beginning of the movie and you see, the guy with the knife and the woman, and you're like, oh, he's the bad, that's the villains.
Yeah.
And slowly they reveal that little Bill is actually the big bad in this story, and the way he lets them off for just exchanging horses, and basically wanted to make sure that the shop, the owner of the establishment,
billiard parlor,
the billiard parlor, got recompensated for his property that was damaged, but that the women had no rights and had no source of justice or anything like that, which is why they sought their own. And so you start to like slowly through the story realize all the problems with little Bill. I think that that rolls out very nicely.
It does.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
And even then, he's not a strict, simplistic villain.
No, because like
what you order in that town.
No, just like Lex Luthor would be if you were in charge.
Like, I mean, when you meet him with the English Bob situation, like English Bob was a fun character, but also like, he was straight up trying to sneak guns into the town, like against the. So like, and it's not like little Bill killed him. Like, I mean, he like beat him up a bit. He probably shouldn't have beaten him quite that bad. He let him go at the end. I don't know. And like when he was talking with, I don't remember his name.
W.W. Beauchamp.
Fancy Guy, when he was chatting with Fancy Guy, like Little Bill came across as an interesting character and like kind of a very aware of like what you need to do and like interested in like order, and then you kind of reveal it's like, he takes things way too far. He's not, but like it's not strict black and white, which I think is interesting.
Well, that's the best kind of villain. It's somebody who is kind of right as being kind of a dick about it.
Yeah.
I really loved. I don't remember the line exactly, but like he starts like beating the crap out of English Bob, and he says something about like I'm not kicking you right now. I'm talking to you, or it was something like that. It was like
like a parallel to like English Bob was like, oh, I didn't bring a gun here or whatever.
Well, and he was sending a message to everyone who sees English Bob as he's like leaving
his point of brutalizing English Bob, although obviously they have a history, as though he doesn't mind doing it in the slightest, but his primary role is to dissuade anyone else from trying to take this bounty up.
Right.
Right.
And that's why I love this so well. I'm not actually kicking you right now. I'm talking to the people in, what was it, Kansas, Cheyenne, or something. So they're like, I was like, that is clever. I like
Yeah.
that.
And they also pointed out that English Bob talked with a very highbrow British accent
Mhm.
until he was kicked out of town and riding out on the rail, and all of a sudden he's like this lowly Cockney. You
Yeah.
know, it was all just an act.
Yeah.
You knew Morgan Freeman was kind of ripped. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You don't think about that.
I did think that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They give Oscars for being ripped.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Morgan Freeman is so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Morgan Freeman's. I don't think there's many things you can point to that he doesn't at least elevate.
Clearly one of the best of his generation, without question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
I mean, I'll
no
watch
doubt.
Bruce Almighty just to get a
Bruce,
Morgan
yes.
Freeman. I'm good.
I know he's no George Burns.
That's true.
This is a very dumb complaint, but probably the only like complaint I had about the movie was that like the knife attack was like really brutal, which I mean, not that's not my complaint, but like it looked very brutal. And then they're like, oh, you destroyed her face, and it looked like she just had a few cuts. Like it did not look bad at all. It did not look like it reflected the level at which he was going at her with that knife.
You underestimate the quality of their medicine.
So like, but in that case, she wasn't ruined. Like she still looked like
Cared for.
like,
She had no stitch marks at all.
it's not that bad, and it looks like those are healing okay. Like it really doesn't actually.
I actually think this is probably. I think this is healed. I think this is the best that she's going to get.
Can we just say though, how good does Clint Eastwood look for 60?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. No wonder he's still trying to direct movies.
One of the reasons he sat on the script for a while was he felt he needed to be the right age to play this role.
Oh, wow.
Strung himself out.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a great Western. Now, I understand Westerns aren't everybody's favorite kind of movie, but this is a top 10 Western for me. You know, this stands up there with the classics, you know, with Shane and you know, the Cavalry trilogy from Ford, those kind of films. It really does hold its own.
I mean, of all the Westerns that I've seen, which we have established has been 3, this is definitely in my top 3. Now
what I do want to see, because it's well reviewed, in 2013, there was a Japanese remake that's set in feudal Japan that follows the same basic plot. And it's gotten well reviewed.
Well, imagine that. The West and the East frickin' trading stories all over again.
Yeah, this isn't us ripping off Kurosawa for a change. This is going the other way.
They're like, well, look what we did.
Scott, Stacy wants to point out that 60 is young. So
You're welcome, Stacy. You're absolutely right. Rick Springfield would agree with you.
60 is the new 45.
They still sell 45s?
Huh? What? Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I think the casting of this was rock solid. I think the music there was one point where the music threw me off a little bit, where I was like, didn't like that one. But for the most part, the music is excellent. It doesn't come across as overly bonanza.
There's great Westerns that I understand what you're saying. If you've ever seen High Noon, which is a great Western, Gary Cooper is brilliant in it. But this song that they play, it takes you out of the mood when they play it every time.
Yes, I think that can definitely happen too easily. Adam says he's not a fan of Western, but this movie is great. All the performances are top notch. It has a really good story. It's such a good story.
It's a rare Western that seems to transcend even people that are not typically fans of Westerns.
Yes, unlike every sports movie we have watched for the past 5 years, where people have said, this is a great movie, even if you don't like sports, you'll like this movie. You're wrong in every one of those instances. Hoosiers really doesn't rely that much on the sports. Oh my gosh, it's 45,000 hours of sports.
I like to point out that the pirate movie is not a sports movie.
I know, the Buccos never showed up. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah.
I'm glad people enjoy it.
end though. I that was hilarious. I loved it.
To be honest, I love the movie and I expected it to be overall liked, but I'm surprised how much everybody liked this. That's really
Yeah, how about that? Well, do we want to anybody thumbs up, thumbs down? Anybody want to give? I'll give up a thumbs up for this.
Oh yeah.
There we go. We got Scott. We don't know what Scott's thinking. Oh, it's a thumb up. All right.
We already have Adam's vote.
We haven't heard from the writers at all.
Yeah, it's true. Wade watched it. Although it may have been a while.
Wade watched it and liked it. I would assume, even without the helicopters. Dan's a thumbs up. There you go.
Well, that was to help establish, to keep authenticity on the set. Eastwood banned all motor vehicles from the town set. They were not allowed.
Oh my
man, that's like if they all did the Sean Bean thing for Lord of the Rings, hiking up the mountain. Like, yeah, you gotta hike 10 minutes out to the town where you're shooting, help you get in character.
Nice.
Oh man.
I think we're looking at a very rare 100% movie here.
Yeah. Cool.
We have no detractors, at least as of yet. So this and How to Train Your Dragon have come in as our 200% movies.
Perfect.
From sounds right. It sounds absolutely perfect.
Let's see if next week's movie can live up to that.
I guess we'll find out. I think we're ready. So we are going to take one more. I need to know if Stacy and Wade are. Oh, Stacy and Wade are not able to be here. Actually, I don't know. Are they able to be here next week? They're not able to be here for our final episode.
Yeah.
Would you like to be on the wheel? Basically, I need to know if Stacy and or Wade would like to be on the wheel to choose our last viewer suggested movie of the 5-year initial run of whatever this is.
Dan, Eric, and I are off the wheel. So
Yes.
so far it's just with Adam, it's just the four of you.
Yeah, that's correct. We are down to 4. We'll see if Stacy and Wade want to get in on the action here.
I feel personally attacked that I got kicked off the wheel for the rest of this without even knowing that it was going to be my last time. I would have picked a different movie.
I wish you would have.
Yeah.
You're back on the wheel, Scott.
Hey.
Yeah, it's no longer like an elimination thing, right? Yeah, it's just whoever's
No,
here.
this is just.
Yeah.
This is. We're gonna let the fates decide.
You feel
All right, I shuffled it. I'm gonna wait. When it hits the line, I will.
So you don't have a commitment next week, Amanda? You can be here?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Pretty
Cool.
sure. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah!
Oh.
Woo!
Brian. Oh my.
Hey,
goodness.
Brian. Pick a good one, man.
All right, so Brian, you have a little time. Take your moment. See if you can think of something amazing that we can all watch and talk about. Last week, Dan and I are still in the lab developing our final choices
Whoa.
for the finale.
Oh no, it's not Weird Science, is it?
Oh, let's watch Weird Science. Let's do that. That's been a long time. Sorry.
Remember, whatever movie you choose will be how you're judged for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's what you will be known by forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been judging you this entire time. So
Now, I will say, I believe that Dan and I do have our final choices. And I will say we have chosen movies that are quintessentially us. So, Brian, I would encourage you to choose a movie that represents you to its fullest extent.
Oh, that's intense.
preferably starring JT Nelson.
Can we spin again?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
You have the right to abstain.
Would
But
you,
yeah,
No,
please pick if you want to.
Really hard. That's all.
Pick me, please.
Honestly, Adam is already saying that he would like a pick. Scott clearly would like a pick.
Yeah, but if you want to pick and are just intimidated, feel free to pick. It would be
Right.
fun.
I was a little intimidated there.
Yeah, but if you want to pick, go for it.
Oh man.
Or you could gift your pick to your
You've got
favorite
time.
person.
Brian, I've always liked
Other
you.
things for a bit, you can think about it.
I've always
Yeah.
liked you, Brian.
Yeah, feel
You know
free to
that I
like
don't.
spend some time looking for stuff.
I promise you, I will not pick something that is crap.
Forget that I said Weird Science, please.
Oh, that's not even on my list.
Oh my goodness. All right, we'll give Brian some time.
Yes.
Think about it. And if he decides to forfeit his choice, that's okay, but he doesn't have to. You know, it's a judgment-free zone. And if you choose something that everybody hates, it's okay. We won't hate you. Just your taste. No, I'm kidding.
After all, Eric picked Sergeant Pepper.
I stand by that. Forever. All right, hold your ears. All right. I warned you. I gave you plenty of warning.
No, you didn't. You just said hold your ears.
And then it happened right after the sentence.
Yeah. Also, hold your ears would mean push your headphones harder on your ears, Scott, so the sound is even
not hold
louder.
your ears. That would be hold your headphones.
What's oh?
So does anybody have any recommendations? Anything to suggest?
I recommend that you get that down next time, except there won't be a next time.
Sorry. There's always the next time. There's always the next time.
Eric is now in the I don't give a damn mode. And he can be as cool as he wants.
All right, so yeah. Anybody want favorite recipes, favorite restaurants, favorite?
I have one.
Yeah, please.
We were looking for a movie to go see this past weekend and just trying to figure out and so we went to see Mickey 17.
Oh yes, I've heard about this.
And I will say it is. I definitely recommend it. The first half is better than the second half, or maybe the first 2/3 is better than the last third. The resolution is a little bit unsatisfying, but I still highly recommend it. Very good movie, very well made movie. The performances are excellent.
Nice.
Good mix of humor and drama.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch this one. You did not go see Snow White, though.
No.
Good.
No little people were harmed in the making of our movie.
Oh, that's probably even better. Let me see. So, let me see. We got some discussion here about the music being too loud in the comments. Let me see. Dan is going to give his 18th recommendation to Severance. So if you're really not watching Severance and The Resident. So basically Dan is going for any movie or show that ends with dense.
The Matrix.
Difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, the Apprentice. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. No, I definitely want to see Mickey.
Another weird one just to mention. I don't remember how this movie appeared on my radar. But the concept was so intriguing that I watched it. And it is one of the weirder films you will see. Hamlet 2, starring Steve Coogan.
Hamlet.
It is the story of a washed-up actor who now directs high school drama. And I won't go into all the details, but he ends up producing an original musical he wrote called Hamlet 2 that's a sequel to Hamlet.
Okay.
Nice.
This sounds like my life.
It features some really bizarre and fun musical numbers like Rock Me Sexy Jesus.
Wow.
So it's the opposite of Mickey 17. The first 2/3 are not bad, but they're sort of plodding a little bit. And the last 20 minutes are just hysterical.
You got Elizabeth Shue and David Arquette.
Elizabeth Shue playing herself.
Oh.
She is Elizabeth Shue who has gotten sick of Hollywood and is now working as a nurse.
We'll see what she was a shoe in for them.
See, because I was like, they made a sequel. How is that even?
Ryan, pick your movie.
I'm down already. I just it's a hard choice.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's really hard.
Yeah, little known fact that Shakespeare actually wrote a Hamlet too. It was just lost for so many years.
Yeah.
So this was like the
Yeah.
See, if that's what Shakespeare in Love was actually about, I would have actually enjoyed it.
lost Shakespeare.
Okay, which Hamlet movie did you like, or did you not like either? Or maybe there's more than two. I've seen two.
I'm a big fan of The Lion King.
Can't go wrong there.
Not the new one. Not the 2019 one.
And don't confuse Hamlet and Piglet. They're two totally different characters.
Or Babe.
Although that would make an interesting movie as well. My recommendation is going to be for a video game. Recently,
very nice.
this.
All right.
Super Mario Party Jamboree. Now, I will say, if you want the ultimate in Mario Party Jamboree experiences, is we rented a hotel room this past weekend. We went to a splash water park, and we took along our Nintendo Wii to play. Hopefully, to be able to attach to the hotel room TV, but they had their TVs locked down. Unable to do that. But I had brought along a small projector, and which we showed on the TV, and me and all of the kids laid in our beds, staring at the ceiling, playing Mario Party Jamboree. It was quite a pleasant way to play video games.
Perfect.
So pick up a small projector.
They have some amazingly small projectors now.
Oh yeah, this thing's not really tiny. It's honestly, you can get it in a decent sized purse. Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's like $60 on Amazon. So yeah. So if you really want an experience, and even Adam says that game is so much fun. Look at that. Me and Adam agreeing finally after all these years.
On a video game. On a movie podcast. All right, Brian.
Stop pressuring him, Scott.
We're still going.
You want me to give you my reaction right after you said, "All right, Brian"? Because
our layout right now has Amanda and I protecting Brian from Scott.
Yes.
I think I'll go with it.
Okay.
I think because if I had to choose that second, I would have chose that. So
you said it?
No, not it.
You said, I think I chose it.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good choice.
That was on my list. That's so exciting.
It has to be Jurassic Park. You said something that, it's just, I can't even. There's a good soundtrack. It's dinosaurs.
Yep.
Nice.
It's hilarious when that.
Unforgiven.
Steven Spielberg, Michael Crichton, writer. I mean,
so
excited.
Part.
That's awesome. Pretty much
a little Goldblum in our lives.
We do need a little more Goldblum.
Where is that streaming?
It is available for rent everywhere.
Rentable on Amazon.
Nice. Okay, cool. Easy.
It is also on.
I think it's streaming somewhere.
FlixFling.
Perfect. Yes. My go-to
favorite streaming service.
It's leaving Philo in 8 days.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
Easy wants the link to the projector that I bought. Unfortunately, that particular projector is not available anymore on Amazon.
It's probably one of these Chinese ones that
it is
under 10 different brands.
It is. It's but I mean, if you do a search for anything like this, you're not going to have a hard time. Like
you're not going to find one with more than 3.5 stars. This looks like the best one possible.
What we got here? There you go.
Yeah, they all look the same because they're all the same. Just
it's just which. Yeah.
There you go. How about this one? There you go. There's a lovely option for you. Look, 10,000 lumens. I don't buy that.
$46. You can afford that.
Yes, $45. You are good to go.
For all that projecting power, that's a good deal.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
I mean, look how much fun these people are having.
Now, I will say, with a projector at this price point, you are going to turn off the lights.
Brightness is not its strong suit.
Yeah, brightness is, no matter what they claim, brightness is not your strongest. You're not playing in the middle of the day. At this price point, you are turning off the lights, but honestly, you can get a really impressive picture at this price point.
And it adds to the ambiance anyway.
Yeah, I was going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and nobody bought it, and so I took it with us. And
I mean, you can't really play Mario Party with the lights on is way too interesting. You got to play it in full darkness, just illuminated by Mario.
We own a number of projectors.
As a DJ, it's kind of required.
And I kind of felt like maybe we didn't need to be a 3 projector family, but it turns out we do.
Each projector has its niche.
They all have different features that make them. I have one that is really bright that you can use during the day. I have another one that is a short throw projector, so you can put it right up next to a wall and still get a really nice image. And then there's this little cheap guy that really works well to put on its back and project on the ceiling.
Nice.
One of the previews at Mickey 17 was for the forthcoming Jurassic World movie with Scarlett Johansson.
I have not seen many of the newer ones, to be honest.
Oh,
No, I think I've
No.
only
Yeah.
seen the original. I haven't seen any others.
I would recommend watching all 6 before next Monday.
No.
It's like one a day. That's so reasonable.
Why not? Start tonight. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love Scarlett Johansson in The Island. She really knows how to run.
Wow.
That's the test of a good actor is if they know how to run.
Yep. I mean,
She's no
look at
Tom
Tom Cruise has developed the whole career on that.
Yeah. Well, and we got to see the preview for that during Mickey 17 too.
Oh,
Well,
Oh
we
my
went to
God.
see Mickey 17 because Margaret had a free popcorn coupon. We went to see it at AMC, which is
I'm sorry.
That's a perfect reason to see a movie. No notes.
So, but the reason we went to AMC, which we usually avoid, because AMC will bombard you with ads and previews.
mhm.
Mhm.
7, I believe, previews was the count.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll take all the previews you have. I just get frustrated at the flat out television style.
The ads. Yes.
I don't mind movie trailers, really. It's not a
see on regular television.
Yes, the actual blatant ads. Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
When it's just like a Verizon commercial, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need to be in the theater to see this. But yeah,
Well,
love movie
it was
trailers.
also because it was AMC. When the Nicole Kidman ad came on, people cheered.
oh, nice.
Yes, we're sitting there watching the ads, waiting for the previews to start, and all of a sudden the Nicole Kidman ad was like, "Yeah!"
Wait, why is that an AMC thing?
Because that was when the theaters were reopening early-ish in the pandemic, when we were finally starting to try to reopen the theaters. AMC commissioned this ad from Nicole Kidman about coming back to the theaters, and for whatever reason, it captured people's humor.
It
Oh,
did.
I
And it's hard
never
to
saw
clear.
that, huh?
It became a meme, and it just became
Interesting. Okay, let me look that up.
It is a beautiful thing,
All right.
you know. And honestly, Cinemark is playing an insane amount of ads now too. So I mean, you're gonna get that either way.
Yeah.
Yay.
What's happening? What's happening?
What?
You muted
Your
yourself.
audio is breaking up,
Your
Eric.
audio got funky. Oh, and now we can't hear you at all. Oh no.
Muted yourself and it's still muted.
We can't
Yeah.
hear you, Eric.
Don't
very
do the
intriguing.
phone. Don't do the thing. I'm taking my headphones off.
Yeah. Look prepared.
He's gonna rickroll you.
Don't provoke him.
Oh, come on.
There we go. I hear you.
There we
now.
go. We can hear you. Or,
Oh,
not
no, you're
anymore.
not.
We could hear you briefly. Okay, I can't hear you now.
How about this? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. There it is.
Good. Yeah, no,
Weird.
that all just collapsed.
Cool.
But yes, yeah, no. I was about to say that before the airing of the Taylor Swift movie, they did not play any ads or commercials.
Whoa.
You were already in for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So,
Of what felt like an ad.
well, and Dan loves trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan loves good trailers.
He
I
frequents
don't mind
The
movie
trailer
trailers.
down by the river.
So there you go. Well, that's an exciting movie choice there, Brian. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
And congratulations, Dan and Scott.
It's Terminator, but I wanted to check Jurassic Park.
That's fair. Yeah.
I am excited. Honestly, I don't mind the first 5 movies at all.
Like the Fast and Furious franchise. I know the first 5. The next 3 or 4 aren't as good.
The 6th one is such a cash grab and so badly put together that it makes the 3rd one look really good. Yeah, no.
I think I stopped at 3, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should watch the 4th one. I think it is enjoyable and captures some of the magic.
right.
But we will talk more in complicated dissection of dinosaurs and all things.
Frogs, maybe too.
I still love Michael Crichton. Honestly, I read Jurassic Park before I saw Jurassic Park, which is not pretentious because I can never say that about any other film ever. But yes, I fell in love with the novel first. Yeah, I don't know how I even discovered Michael Crichton, or I didn't actually physically discover him. He was not trapped in carbonite, and I released him.
We've heard rumors of
The
Michael
first Michael
Crichton.
Crichton movie I remember seeing was Andromeda Strain.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow!
which is good. It's a little slow.
I've
It's a
read
really
them
good
all. If he's wrote it, I've read it. I have since read Sergeant Pepper because you know all the dialogue that's in that movie.
Have you read Cats?
Oh, I've lived Cats.
Ugh. Nope.
Amazing.
Please tell me there's no. Never mind.
All right. So, all right, so
Don't go there, Scott.
I think we've exhausted all the good topics. Let's talk about It's a Lot.
Oh,
Great.
Man,
Harsh.
you've really gone into I just don't give a damn mode, haven't you, Eric?
Oh, Scott laughed.
Wow, Scott just rage quit. Cool.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess we don't have to talk about it now. Oh, come on. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Whoa, what's Scott doing back here?
So, for the, I think everybody knows. If you don't know, was this just yesterday? Has that much time passed already?
I like to think so because that's a god awful picture of my chin.
That Dan and Scott attended the Port Orleans, no, the Panama Canal. Where the heck was this thing?
Greenland?
Pennsylvania.
I don't think so.
Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine. No,
That is a place.
I know it
Sounds
is.
like Pennsylvania.
Portland?
for the geography lesson. There, it's a lovely the Portland Comedy Festival. Yesterday, Dan and Scott attended and won. And what more can you say?
They give you like a golden kale leaf or something? I mean, what does Portland give you?
Free syringes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh God.
So
You both look deliriously happy.
Laurel and Hardy there.
How dare you? Look at me now and look at that picture. Like
I know
what the
they
heck?
caught you at a bad moment.
Dan posted it.
After photoshopping it.
Right. And they're coming, and that's right. This Saturday they will be at the LA Comedy Festival, and hopefully with similar results. Stacy says you're adorbs.
Oh,
How about that? You know,
It's the best one.
all the pictures, it's the best one. Ouch! This one of Scott looking like he's covering himself up with a little doily. I'm sorry.
This looks like a before. This looks like a before and after of the opposite of Weight Watchers.
He looks like a guy who they put too many baggage restrictions on his flight, so he's just wearing as many shirts as he can.
Oh wow, we're roasting Scott now.
Yes.
What is
Congrats on the award.
But it really is awesome. This is
Yeah.
I guess I know what the port in Portland stands for.
well, you figure a guy who edits and directs and edits a comedy show should be able to have a sense of humor. So we roast you a little bit.
That's
Oh,
right.
I have a sense of humor. Don't worry, it's not my problem.
I have a sense of humor. I also have a long memory.
Oh,
Asshole.
the need for revenge.
Let's say, will you be unforgiven?
Oh,
That just happened.
that's crazy.
We'll
So,
find out.
so does this? Well, obviously, so you obviously get your gold leaf as a winner. Does this go into your LinkedIn profile now, Scott?
Not that one.
Not the picture.
The award, not your LinkedIn photo.
Give me a job, please.
Yeah, I didn't think this was going to be your new LinkedIn.
Scott, it's the best one. Like we took a bunch of pictures.
It is the best one, clearly.
All right. I think you should have an agreement. Scott gets to pick the next picture and find the worst one he can find at the end.
I don't know what to say. It's the best one.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? That's the best one.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm going to the Michael Moore Festival and I'm going to win the Lookalike episode. Thanks.
I'm really happy for you guys, though. That's awesome that you won it. That's great.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Amazing.
It is really, really cool and very well deserved. Now, you guys did a showing afterwards, right? Where people actually got to watch the episode?
Yeah, 3 hours after we got the award.
Nice.
How was that, Dan? What'd you think of all the movies we got to see? Oh, yeah, he's not here.
Yeah.
We get Dan on delay.
And then said you dressed appropriately. I don't know if that's true, actually. I don't know if that was the appropriate dress, because the choices were made. Is all I'm saying.
Wow.
Choices were made. Hold on, wait there. There it is. There's a long way to go for that. There we go. Sorry, there's the actual photo later in the night.
This is actually Portland, Oregon, right?
This is actually the best one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking because you did mention Portland, Maine. I'm like, you came here and you didn't even tell me.
No,
Yeah, that's how he feels.
Rude.
That would be rude.
Yeah, you should take that as a personal insult. I think.
Eric
I
is now
would.
That's what I. Okay,
Eric
that's
is
what
trying to become the world's first insult DJ, where he actually roasts the bride and groom.
Hey, I haven't insulted anybody.
He's just stating facts, Dave. Give him a break.
That was the best one.
God, I look like Tommy Boy saying, "Tommy want wingies."
Does that make Dan David Spade?
Well, he doesn't have any hair.
oh, who's the roast now?
So, because I don't either. God damn it!
I forgot where my hat is.
Happening? What is happening?
Oh, piss off, Brian.
Now you look like Angus Young of AC/DC.
Why do I have an elephant man hand?
Oh, that's.
Because it's AI.
Yeah, I
Um,
need to get that looked at.
the LA. When is the LA one again?
I don't know if I want.
I don't know about you. I don't like you and Dan about us in front of a sign that says "How to Blow Up."
I just like the word horror between them.
How to blow up girlfriend
Pipeline
horror.
Girlfriend horror.
I mean, can we have a blow up girlfriend behind us for that? I mean, you got your little thing out, Eric.
I will leave my little thing off the air. Thank you.
Well,
Sorry.
we'll see.
That's why that girl got
actually
cut in the movie, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why the girl got cut in the movie because she giggled
Oh,
at the little thing.
True. See? She didn't know no better.
Yeah,
No, she
better.
didn't. Oh.
Crazy. Well, and on that note, so it's a lot. Congratulations. We could not be prouder. We could
For
not
sure.
be happier for all those involved. Dan said they changed the marquee already. They were very fast with the marquee.
Oh. Fair.
Yes, we didn't know that It's a Lot is a horror series, but
Yeah.
So congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to multiple festivals over the next couple of months, right? Or you're at least the show is airing at the festivals, whether you're going to be there or not.
I mean, I'm sure I'm going to stay in public and do nothing but work out by like Uncle Iro for the next 5 months. So
why is Uncle Fester in It's a Lot?
Ready to see your swole muscles at the end of the theme.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's like when you're watching a TV show and you pause it, and you manage to pause it at just the wrong time. When someone who normally looks perfectly normal has this bizarre expression on their face.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I love doing that. It's fun.
It is a lot of fun, but it is really weird sometimes.
I'm gonna have my own boom roasted session next week. God damn it!
It's all because we love you, Scott. That's all.
Well,
I love you too, guys.
At least they didn't throw toast and hot dogs at you, unlike when they're showing Rocky Horror there.
That's true. Dan says that place has been showing Rocky Horror every weekend since it first came out.
Wow, that's a commitment.
I mean, the King's Court in Oakland was showing it in Pittsburgh for years and years and years, but then they closed down and nobody else picked up the reins. So
I have a projector. We could play it here. It'll be fun.
As long as you turn the lights out.
3 screens.
Yeah, we have people in 3 separate rooms synced watching it.
I can have showings at 3 different times.
Are you going to clean up the hot dogs on the floor afterwards? Or?
Sure. No, I got a dog for that. It's all good. There we go. So Dan is enjoying a vodka soda and cheeseburger.
He's having an airline cheeseburger.
And that is the life of an award-winning show producer, actor, writer, if I've ever heard of one. So next week we will discuss Steven Spielberg's masterpiece, Jurassic Park. Very excited for that, and who knows what else might happen.
Well, and we'll presumably get an announcement what the double feature is going to be.
We will then find out what the double feature is for April for our final episode. So stick around for that. I don't think there'll be a ton of groaning. I will give you that much of a hint. So, but we will see you back here next Monday night, same time. Thank you all for being here. And see ya. Good night. Good night. Bye.